CPUs have gotten relatively inexpensive when compared to their graphics-focused cousins. Yet despite the major impact on performance, a lot of budget gamers overlook this part of the build or deprioritize it in favor of the almighty graphics processing unit. So let's discuss some of the best budget CPUs, both new and used, to get your build started in 2024. I'm surprised at how inexpensive some of these chips have gotten. Before we get into this video, I'd like to say not to forget to hit the like button and subscribe, so you'll be notified about all our future uploads. Additionally, don't forget to leave a comment, especially if there's something I missed. I can't cover every single good value chip on the market, as you could probably make an argument for every processor out there. I more so wanted to discuss some good chips to start looking at, and then branching out from there based on additional use cases you'll be needing. Without any further ado, let's dive into this. If you want to get your build started on a modern socket with the latest features and highest transfer rates, then AM5 is actually starting to come down in price, as are the other goodies that you'll need if you're wanting to build around it. Most notably, DDR5 has come down in price in the recent months, as have Gen 4 NVMe SSDs. For the least amount of money, I'd argue that the Ryzen 5 7600, either the base or the X flavor, are good starting chips to get your system onto the platform while leaving yourself the room to expand your system with more powerful hardware. With a full 6 multi-threaded Zen 4 cores manufactured on TSMC's 5nm, you're getting a very efficient and performant chip for between $190 to $220 USD if you're looking to buy new in box. The base 7600 also comes with an in-box cooler if you're buying new, so that might be worth rocking for a few days or weeks until you're able to get something larger. This chip could comfortably pair with a card like a 4070 or 4070 Ti, which is a lot of graphics card for most users. Now, if you're on a tighter budget, there are definitely other chips we'll be discussing in this video that should satisfy your needs, but if you're wanting to get onto a modern platform for the least amount of money, then the Ryzen 5 7600 family of chips is hard to knock against. Building off the capabilities of the previously mentioned Ryzen 5, the i5 12400 or 12400F offers a comparable core configuration for significantly less both new and used, and on a cheaper socket with the ability to utilize cheaper DDR4. For the roughly $130 USD this chip can be found for both new and used, it's hard to find a platform that is both relatively inexpensive and offers all the modern features you'd expect from newer hardware. LGA 1700 offers both, thankfully, with B660 and 760 DDR4 boards coming in at consistently less than $100, and much nicer and beefier Z690 and 790 boards coming in at about $130 and above. You can also comfortably pair the 12400 with a more inexpensive cooler such as a Hyper 212 and be perfectly fine in all situations, even under heavy sustained load. You could probably get away with the stock cooler that comes with the chip, but I wouldn't run it long term as it won't be able to keep up under load. For the price, it's hard to knock against the 6 high IPC Golden Cove cores supplemented by a generous 18 MB of level 3 cache. This chip could also comfortably power up to a 4070 or 4070 Ti, but starts to fall behind in more heavily multi-threaded applications. If you're strictly gaming though, it's hard to beat the raw value of this chip, especially considering the more inexpensive platform costs. One of the ultra-budget chips on this list has to go to the i3 12100. You can find these chips pretty consistently in the US for around $90, but I just bought one for $78, so some sellers are willing to part with these chips for a little bit less if you get lucky. This quad-core hyper-threaded chip only features performance cores, and for the price you're getting incredibly high IPC, modestly clocked cores with beefy cache structures to support the processing circuitry. With the TDP of 60 watts, this chip could comfortably run with the stock cooler for extended periods of time, though that's not a recommendation to do so. It'll just work fine while you wait to get something a bit more capable in the cooling department and will prevent the cores from throttling their clocks. Along with the decently powerful cores, you get all the great connectivity and budget alternatives found on the Alder Lake platform, so if you're looking to put together an ultra-budget gaming system, then this quad-core chip would be hard to beat for the price. This next processor is being thrown in simply because it's an incredible value if your budget is a bit less restrictive, and you're wanting to upgrade now and keep it for years to come. The i7-12700K has been consistently going on sale here in the US at or just below the $200 mark on retailers such as Amazon. It's easier to catch the chip at around the $215 mark, but you'd be buying the chip new, and for the price it's incredibly hard to beat. This 8P core plus 4 E-core heterogeneous CPU was released back in November of 2021, so the fact that they're still available new at this price is kind of interesting. With all the advantages of the LGA 1700 platform, you have a lot of options when it comes to potential hardware to pair with this very powerful processor. Whether you want to go more budget friendly and pair the chip with some DDR4 and a Z690 motherboard, then it'll perform literally within a few percent of the same chip with top of the line DDR5 with the highest end Z790 board. The 12700K would be happy to accommodate, and would also be an excellent workstation processor if you're wanting to stretch the most performance for your dollar. This next chip is going to be the cheapest we're going to discuss, and from a strict value perspective, it's impressive what you get. The i3-10100 can be found in the US for under $70 if you're comfortable buying used. With performance that's ballpark equivalent to an i7-7700K, this chip has some cut down cache capacity when compared to the i7, but maintains the same quad-core 8-threaded design at comparable clocks. This chip comes with all the benefits and potential drawbacks of LGA 1200, with motherboards and supported memory being relatively inexpensive, but on an ultimately dead platform. There are tons of great high-end chips that you could socket into the same motherboard though. So if you're wanting to get into the ecosystem now on the cheap, with ambitions to upgrade later on, you totally could, and it should be relatively inexpensive to upgrade a few years down the line. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and click the bell icon so you'll be notified about all our future uploads. I wanted to say thank you for 8,000 subscribers, and let me know what you guys think about budget CPUs and which one you'd end up going for. I'd probably pick up an i3-12100 if I was on a super restricted budget. I mean, technically speaking, I did already, but even a 10100 would suffice for most of what I do. That's all I really have to say on the matter. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.